everyone, Voltic here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new bow Non-Denouement. It's basically the legendary version of Trinty Ghoul. So if you love Trinty Ghoul, which I do, and those kills are definitely legitimate, I definitely got 2.7 mil. Yeah, that's right. I did that all legit. Nope, I did not AFK. Okay, maybe I did. Anyways, regardless of that, basically this bow can roll with Volt Shot, making it one of the first bows to have Volt Shot, and it is incredible. Might I even go as far as saying it's better than Trinty Ghoul because it's legendary. It doesn't take an exotic slot, and you can proc a few things since it's a Volt Shot. The build possibilities are endless with this bow. Let's just say you can pair this up with Crown of Tempest. And before I get too ahead of myself, how do you acquire this bow? Well, it's acquired by doing the brand new raid Salvation's Edge from either the first encounter, the second encounter, or the fourth encounter, which I know many of you want to stay away from the fourth encounter. Well, at least those of you who do LFG, I pray for your salvation. The bow is craftable, which is great, and might I flex on you guys for a bit, I can craft the bow. I kind of cheated a bit though. I did use some of my harmonizers that I kept from last season, so I'm not a total degen. Okay, maybe I am. Let's go back and talk about Volt Shot, the perk. If you don't know what Volt Shot does, when you get an elimination and you reload between 5.3 seconds, you'll be granted with the Volt Shot buff for 7 seconds. When it's active, your next weapon hit applies a jolt and consumes the buff. This is what makes this energize so well with Crown of Tempest if you're a Warlock, and also the fragments for Prismatic or the Arc subclass and the other characters, which I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of it, but this bow is basically really good to synergize with Arc. You could even go so far as stunning champs since it does give you jolts when you proc Volt Shot. Hopefully now you're understanding why I'm hyping up this bow so much. Now, although I've been talking about Volt Shot non-stop, let's look at the perk pool for this bow and see what else it can roll. It has Strategist for the first column, it has Shoot to Loot, which is incredible for the end game. Hipfire Grip is also there, as well as Opening Shot, Impulse Amplifier, and Dragonfly, which is going to be interesting to combine with Volt Shot. We'll test it out a little bit later. We also have Archer's Tempo, which is pretty nice as well. In the second column, we have Moving Target, we have Archer's Gambit, Desperate Measures, One for All, Explosive Head, and we have Chaos Reshaped, which is a brand new perk. Finally, there's Volt Shot, which I've been hyping up the whole time, of course. Now, here's a few combinations that I would go with. There's Shoot to Loot. You can pair this up with Volt Shot, or you can get Dragonfly in Volt Shot. There's also Archer's Tempo in Volt Shot. You could pair up Strategist with Volt Shot, which is very nice since Strategist does give you your class ability back. So if you're a Warlock, you can get your Rift back automatically, then have your Arc Buddy. So many combinations, but those are the ones that I would pick for PvE. Now, if you're using this for PvP, you can use Archer's Gambit with Hipfire Grip. That could be fun, you know? Or in the first column, you can also choose Impulse Amplifier. You have Opening Shot, Archer's Tempo. For the second column, you can pick Chaos Reshaped. There's Desperate Measures, Moving Target. It ain't too fancy, but it's there. If you want to try this out for PvP, have fun, go crazy. Moving back to the main topic of the video, which is comparing this to Trinty Ghoul, here is a little bit of a surprise. We're going to start off with Dragonfly and Volt Shot, see how this goes, and boy, as you can see, it is explosive and shocking. Puns aside, this thing is just so strong though. It's just crazy how good this bow is. Honestly, it's so much better than Trinity Ghoul. Now, this is for the fact that it's just non-exotic. It's a legendary. Like, this is all from a legendary right here. And I'm just proccing the Volt Shot and then jolting my enemies. This is that good. Not to mention, I also have Dragonfly in the bow, which if I get my headshots here, I'm going to be able to just pop the heads. Bam, explosion. This is so good. Obviously, though, I do feel like Dragonfly is a bit over excessive. You could go with something like Shoot to Loot. I'm probably going to go with the Shoot to Loot. But besides that, I do see Dragonfly being viable for like the end game content, I suppose. If you're trying to do more damage against like higher tier enemies and whatnot. Honestly, I'm really curious to see what you guys want to go with, like in terms of combinations to put on this bow. I really do like Dragonfly and Volt Shot. Although, like I said before, I'm going to use Shoot to Loot and Volt Shot. I feel like that's going to be very viable for raids and whatnot. But let me know what you guys are going to go with. And I want to compare this to Trinity Ghoul here, which I'm using right here. Trinity Ghoul still has a place. And I think where it shines the most is when it comes to ad clear, like low tier enemies. If you want to ad clear, you're going to get that done with Trinity Ghoul. This thing still stands strong. You also have to remember the bow does split into 3. Which is sort of special, I suppose, because, you know, when comparing it to the other bow, it doesn't do that, right? This does it. I think the only problem, though, is that it doesn't have the jolt effect, which is what makes Non-Denouement so special, because you can stun champs, I suppose, so that's pretty good. But let me know what you think about it down below, and if you did go on to find this video very helpful, remember to drop a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss a video like this, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.